Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of August. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you are doing well. This is a general reading for any sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius. We'll take a look at the cards. We'll get a sense of the big ideas or awareness for the week, guidance, and possible outcomes. I will also choose a few oracle cards for additional messages or information. Let's just get into it right now. Gaia's garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. And I think that is a wonderful card to begin for the week and for our mind, because recognizing that you have abundance, and maybe you don't have a lot of things, and maybe you don't have the quote-unquote things that you want in life, but when you have your health and when you have people and friends and family that love you and are supportive, then you have abundance. And recognizing that, I think, is a great step. It's to be grateful for what you have. And there's always the potential of meeting new people and to bringing them into your life. And so this, to me, this goes to, your garden is full of the goodness that you create and the goodness of reaping what you sow. When you treat people with kindness, when you treat people with compassion and empathy, then coming back to you are good things in life and happiness and that emotional abundance as well. I think that what you reap what you sow. It's so funny that this came up because that was something that I said last night to a friend of mine in a discussion. So, what you put into life, your effort, your energies, the way that you treat people, the karma has its way of doing its thing. And so, truer words could not be spoken, which is you reap what you sow. You get out of life what you put into it. And being loving, being kind, being empathetic, being aware, not only aware of your own self, but of being aware of others, is a beautiful thing to think about and to be mindful of. And fruition, when you are able to complete your projects, whether they're passion projects, whether it's your work, it gives you a sense of fulfillment and of accomplishment. And those are powerful emotions. And those are emotions that help lift your spirits. So, fruition, bringing things to fruition, treating your relationships and keeping them watered, if you will, which is maybe simple things, just be in touch with someone. If you haven't talked to one of your dear friends in a while, pick up the phone, say hello. You have to nourish and nurture your relationships too, as you would water plants in a garden. But fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow, just powerful for this week. So let's get a sense of the emotional self, spiritual self, of what we're thinking about and focusing on for the week of August 27th through September 2nd. Synchronicity. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending to you at this time? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they are being guided to you from the spirit world to help you for a specific reason. Let's see if I can get that focused. Synchronicity. So what a powerful message within this, that yes, people appear in your life for a purpose, for a reason. Whether they become lovers, whether they become best friends, whether they are co-workers, every step of this puzzle of life, and every piece has a place where it belongs. And so if it's someone who comes in your life and say, for example, it was a relationship that did not last and that had a tough ending and that you were hurt from it. Well, it is an experience, and it's when we have these experiences of hurt or happiness or whatever they may be, it helps us to grow, and it helps us to expand our consciousness and to expand our hearts and our souls. And so, this is a powerful card because synchronicity, it's behind the scenes of the universe doing its work of bringing people together, of events and occurrences that happen that may force you to change how you live or what you need to do. And so, the synchronicity, it is fascinating to think about the people that are in your life or the places that you end up living. And you're thinking, wow, how did I end up here? But there's perhaps a greater design that is going on that leads you to the path that you take. And again, it's how you handle a path that guides the reaping what you sow sentiment. So let's take a look at the body and what can we focus on for the week 27th through September 2nd. What is going on? Okay. Thank you for your, dear Jesus, thank you for your divine healing power and presence. And it doesn't have to be Jesus. It can be whatever angel or God that you pray to, your choice of the deity. And the divine healer is that, when you are praying to someone and meditating and having faith, faith restores hope. And so whoever it is for you, to pray and to meditate on those things and to be grateful for the abundance in your life and for the people in your life is restorative. And again, it goes to the heart of the matter, which is having hope for life and optimism in life. And it kind of gives your body a break, that if you can sit in calmness and just reflect and to pray, to think deeply and reflectively, then your body is listening to these messages and to your heart messages as well. So whoever you are, however you define your experience with divine healing and who you would do that to is to, ask for help if you need help and if you need healing. it will come to you in some form or another. And now let's get a sense of the theme of the week, and we'll see how it ties into this and what overarching ideas can we contemplate or think about for August 27th through September 2nd. Acceptance. Let's see if I can get that. So acceptance, interesting concept, and to accept, perhaps it's about accepting the things that didn't go your way and letting them go, instead of holding a place within your heart and maybe blocking. Acceptance is accepting the love and the light and the joy that living brings. It's accepting that you can't change your parents. You have to accept them for what they are. Doesn't mean that they may be in your life, but there are certain things that we can't change, and there are things that we can change. And I would say that whatever does not serve your purpose, to put it in its proper place and then send it off. But really, acceptance is accepting that, and this is a tough thing to say, but accepting that the world isn't fair. That sometimes life isn't fair. And things happen. And you're like, why did that happen to me? Why am I having to go through this experience? And again, it's the experience of growth, of the experience of a rich, emotional, complicated life. And acceptance, things can happen for good and things can happen for not so good, and you just have to roll with it. You have to use all of your power within you of either praying and healing and trusting the universe, and then being grateful and doing the work on your own to get to this place that, anything can happen in life. It's so random. But that's an interesting thing to think about, is acceptance. And I'll perhaps reflect a little bit more and maybe supplement next week. And finally, let's take a look at a practice area for the week. Something to hone in on and to meditate on or to do. Okay. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Acceptance. So, I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Well, I think the synchronicity of the spirit and the world is giving a message in this reading, which is it's about acceptance. So take that for what it is, which is I cannot control the things I can't change. Life is random. Some events are positive, some are negative. Try to focus on the positive. Try to find the healing. Try to think that the universe is working things out on your behalf. And that you are the master gardener. And as the master gardener, it's up to you to create the life that you want to lead and the way that you treat people and the goodness that you give to others. When you are giving goodness to others, it will come back to you tenfold. I believe that that is true. So many blessings to you for this upcoming week. I wish you the very best. If you enjoyed this reading or found something helpful, please like, share, or comment. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's a great way to help and to show support, and I really appreciate it. So check in again next week for another reading. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Bye-bye.